Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Selling St. Petersburg. I'm Allana Pinkerton.
Joshua Naylor.
What'd you say? Joshua?
Joshua.
That's kind of how Siri says it. She calls you Joshua. And
Yeah.
she pronounces it differently.
Yeah, it reminds me when I'm in trouble when I'm younger.
I just call him Josh. Joshua is very formal.
Yeah, you can call me Josh, Joshua, whatever you prefer.
This is our second podcast.
It is.
It is May 30th, 2025. We are at our brokerage, Realty One Group Sunshine. This is our top floor office. We have two
On
offices.
the 12th floor with a beautiful view of the Rowdy Stadium, the piers right next to it. You couldn't ask for a better setup.
I was going to set us up out there, but it is like 98 degrees with 98% humidity. But as we talk and I get it edited, maybe this is the part where I show them that view.
Yeah.
Because I went out there ahead of time
Okay.
and took a video.
It's a
So
little cloudy today, which you don't even see like that.
no, this is like 361 days is our average of sunshine. Today was
you
not.
can't beat that.
You can't. I mean, when we woke up and saw all the clouds, we're like, wow, there's clouds. Ooh, we heard thunder and we saw rain. So,
Yeah.
But it's done and over with. I was able to walk about town after my massage at Tranquility Day Spa, one of my favorite places here in town.
Very nice.
Yeah, great massage.
Lucky you.
I know, right? I have a tough life. And then I walk across the street here. Always trying to be on foot as much as possible.
Yeah, I love it down here. Sometimes I'll bring my bicycle and just jump on it, go down to the pier. Actually did that yesterday from my house.
All the way
Yeah.
from your house.
Yep,
So he
yep.
lives further south, about 10 minutes, 12 minutes by car. So
Not even.
not even?
Yeah, it's
Oh, so
about
you're-
6-7 minutes.
Okay, so he hops on his bike, takes it down to the pier. All kinds of great places to go bike riding around here,
Absolutely, I love it.
which is why we love St. Pete. And yes, it's called Selling St. Petersburg, but I wasn't ever planning on being in real estate here other than buying my own personal. But after being here for 2.5 years, boom.
Yeah,
It definitely, I just speak so highly of it. I'm like, I might as well teach people about it and show them around. I might as well sell them they're either their dream home, their vacation spot, or maybe their investment property. So
it's a great market. It's a great place. I fell in love with it 8 years ago when I moved here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah.
And how about OKC Thunder?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
rocking and rolling.
They are rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
We're basketball fans. We like watching basketball.
Yeah, I'll watch them when Oklahoma City's there.
That's about the only sport we don't have here, professional sport in the Tampa Bay area.
Tampa, yep.
We have baseball.
Miami Heat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's down further in Orlando,
Correct.
Magic. So they're close,
forget
but
about
we don't have basketball here, but we have baseball, we have hockey, we have football.
We have some of the best hockey. We have some of the best football, and baseball is hit and miss.
It
Yeah,
is.
they're
It
good.
is.
I
It
think
is
they're
good.
doing well.
But then we have spring training that's always here.
Yep,
So there's a
yep.
lot going on. We have we have male and female professional soccer teams now. So
Oh yeah, Yeah.
Tampa's across the bay, and then Rowdies are right here in our backyard. So
literally.
that's why we love St. Pete. That's why we're doing this podcast, to tell you all about St. Pete. So if you have any comments, just drop them down in the comments section. I'll be sure to reply. If you're on other social media channels, follow Allana Pinkerton on Instagram and
The Naylor.
how will you have it? The Naylor Group.
Naylor Mortgage is Instagram. Yeah, I
It's
forgot.
hard. It's hard when you we're waving to people as they go by because there's a glass wall there. Sorry. They're all probably going, what are they doing?
Yeah, talking to each other.
Yeah. We are.
Informally.
I think we're getting a podcast studio.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
heard rumors, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Brett's been talking about it.
We'll see if that happens. That'll
He
be
gave me
great.
a due date of May 30th. Here we are.
So we just made a That's okay. That's okay. All right. So tell me some of your great stories, great successes since we last did a podcast.
Some winning deals, I like to call them. It's been an interesting market in a lot of ways. It's very competitive as far as the rate aspect goes. We're direct to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, so that makes us a lot more competitive than most. We have such a big lender pool. And then also we have a hedge fund that we do a lot of our lending through. So not only are we able to get good prices, but we do a lot of non-QM stuff, bank statement.
What's QM stand for?
Qualifying mortgage.
Qualifying mortgage.
Yes.
for
So
those
if
who
it's
don't know.
qualifying, it would fit under Fannie or Freddie, which is a conforming loan. So those are your conventional FHA, USDA, VA. Everything else kind of falls in the non-QM stuff, which is, it's a very good thing, very good option to have in your back pocket, especially in Florida because it's so unique and people make money in such unique ways. And if you're self-employed and you make 300,000, but you're only showing about $60,000 in income, we've got an option for that. I don't blame you if you keep it out of Uncle Sam's hand. Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because my son, before he really asked me any questions, don't get me started, but he bought a house in Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
Closing today.
Yep. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They had some issues with their underwriters because my son is an independent contractor. He has his own S corporation, and at the 9th hour, they're asking him for information, which he has. That wasn't the problem, but he responded within the hour on Friday, and then everybody took the holiday weekend.
Oh, man.
And didn't follow up with everything.
Can I respond to that?
Yes, please.
Here's one of my pet peeves too, because I communicate directly with the underwriter and I do so much due diligence in front so we don't run into that at the end.
Okay.
Which is what I think you really want in a lender, first of all.
Right.
But then also you want a smooth process because the last thing you want to do is find these problems out at the end. So sometimes they probably can get through it. Sometimes they can't.
Right. Well, thankfully everything's going through, and thankfully the seller has been so congenial. They actually moved into the house yesterday.
Wow.
She's not even asking for more money. So they really got lucky. And that's why I drive home how important it is to make sure that your lender is like Joshua. Because we're very rarely gonna have problems. So that's why I have full confidence in you.
We just had a great closing on somebody, and it was I wouldn't say the easiest deal, but we definitely got them to the finish line, and man, they couldn't be happier. I just spoke to them the other day. Actually, she sent me a picture of the baby.
Nice.
That was awesome.
That is awesome. Well, that's what it's about. It's about getting people into their homes the right way, with little hassle as possible, because it's the largest purchase you're ever going to make in your life, unless you're buying a mega yacht or something.
Yeah. Which at that point, buying a home is no problem.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome. How are your renovations going on your investment property?
Very good. Yeah. We just did a full reno on a Airbnb we have in Seminole. Beautiful house, double lot, pool. We have a big bathroom, and it was circa 1972 blue tile here, blue tile counters, blue. It was baby blue everywhere. And I'll be honest, everybody loved the blue. But the shower was literally this big, and there was this wild slope to it. So we ripped that out, no tub in there. So what we did was a freestanding shower, really nice herringbone tiles, kind of a sage color.
Follow him on Instagram. You can check it out.
It turned out beautiful. We had a beautiful freestanding tub next to the shower. A big double vanity was 84 inches with 2 arch mirrors.
Nice.
A couple sconces on the left and right. I think it turned out amazing.
I was in a condo the other day right next door to our office, and an interior decorator. It was her personal home. I can't wait for her to publish the pictures. The most beautiful sconces, and sconces were everywhere in this condo. It's a high-end luxury condo.
I'm a fan of sconces.
My husband's not, but I'm like, I'm buying sconces like this.
Just do it when he's not looking.
Yeah, when he's not looking, I'm buying them. They're beautiful.
I'm a fan. I've got a few in my house. I like to incorporate it in other properties. It's definitely, it's a beautiful, elegant way to get some light and really more or less emphasize like a wall.
Look at him being a decorator.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
I just did one too that had wainscoting on the bottom, and then I did a really cool thin molding that went around the sconces, and I had this really nice picture in the middle, and the molding framed the picture as well as the sconces.
Have you posted that yet?
No, but I'd love to show it to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, awesome. I need to talk to you about some maybe rental property too. I might have a client that needs someplace to rent. So, state of the economy right now with mortgages. You kind of alluded to it.
It's all over the place. I love it. Just yesterday, they announced that they were taking off the tariffs. Later that evening, they put them back on. So you talk about like just the unknown. I will say since that happened, The 10-year and rates have kind of trickled down a little bit. We're headed the right way. I don't know if it's for the right reasons.
Right.
The economy in general, I think, is in good shape. I think there's a few things here and there that are going to start surfacing. And, ultimately, I think that's I won't say a good thing, but it's going to be a good thing for rates. And you can't just go high and up and up and up the whole time. I mean, there's no stability to that.
Right, right.
You can't sustain that.
But people also have to realize just because the rates are really high, if you do the math.
Well, you say they're really high. They're not
really
high.
Exactly. Yeah. They're not high, people. They're not high.
They're not. Everything's relative. And if you have a good CPA, you can write off most of your interest. That's something that I always try and educate my people too.
Yeah, you want to. Somebody put it good the other day. One of these financial gurus. You want a tax advisor, not just a CPA.
No, correct.
You want a tax strategist. That's what you want. You want a tax strategist.
I had about an hour and a half meeting with mine yesterday.
Okay.
I was like, hey, how can we get a little creative on some tax stuff?
That's what they are. They're creative tax strategists.
Yeah, exactly.
But they tend to be pretty straight-laced. They don't want to get in trouble. So
no, it's not about getting in trouble. It's about knowing the rules and laws and the things to be able to not take advantage of, but I mean, you're optimizing your opportunity with these out there.
Right. Exactly. Really, well, I was looking up condo sales and active, since that is my market.
What's that look like?
So things are, staying on the market an average of 64 days. And this is within 1 mile of where we're at right now. That's what I targeted on. Square foot rate, square foot percent, I can't talk, square foot pricing, $871 per square foot.
Is that average?
That's average.
Okay. Wow.
So that's pretty low. Of course, new construction tends to be a little higher, even at new construction, new build. I'm sorry, that was sold property. Active, we're at 921. I knew that didn't sound right. Okay. Active, we're at 921. Stay on the market at average of 147 days. The Florida Realtors economist said that condos, there's enough inventory for 10 months.
Yeah.
So it's staying on the market a lot longer.
I would say, in general, condos kind of tend to be a little bit higher than single family. Average, you kind of want to see about 6 months. That's kind of a normal market, and about 4 to 6 months on single family.
Yeah. But let me tell you, those sellers are still trying to hold out for the higher price.
They are. I've never seen anything like it.
I lost a deal and then made a quick deal 2 weeks later. So I just got a great client into, well, he's not into it yet, but pre-construction at the Art House. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So I'm really happy for them. They're going to be living here for about 5 or 6 years. Transferring for a job, which is great. And
I can't wait to see that place.
And
it's literally going to be in my backyard. My office backs up to where that building is going to be.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to go buy one.
Ooh. We'll see about that.
The least expensive one right now, I believe, is starting at 1.539.
I love it. I just can't justify it.
I know. But I can. So just come talk to me.
Let me ask you this. What is your target market?
Well, if you haven't guessed it by now, it's definitely the luxury market. That's what I like to focus on.
Luxury in general, or condos, or both?
Both.
Okay.
I'll do both.
Okay,
Usually wanting to stay 850 and up.
Okay.
Tailoring my services to specific socioeconomic people, because I know they need more attention. So I'm not trying to go out and win over 50 to 100 clients a year. Brokerage might not like that, but I really want to.
You're about quality over quantity.
Exactly. So luxury, definitely the condos downtown. This is what I live and breathe every day. I live in the area. I live here, and I work here, and I do everything here. And so we've been testing it because we for 22 and a half years, we raised boys in the quaint bubble suburb of a beautiful luxury neighborhood, and had a nice home and the grass growing and the fenced in backyard. But we wanted to try urban living, and we really like it.
I like it. I like to come visit your place. Get a little dose of it.
We welcome guests
without spending $1.5 million.
That's the nice thing. It's kind of like having a friend with a boat.
Exactly. I have a boat. I haven't used it in almost a year.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that's for another time.
Okay. We'll talk about that another time. Yeah. So that's my market. and again, I picked it because that's how I live. I mean, I grew up in the golfing industry, so playing at a lot of country clubs, working at a lot of country clubs.
You're a little socialite.
Yeah, I just like being social.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't come from money.
Yeah.
I worked my way up to where I am today.
Right.
You know, and help out my parents and well, my father died a year and a half ago, but you know, just no, thank you. You know, they worked hard, and then I flew the coop and never stopped.
Yeah. You said it. I think, you know, I work as hard as I can to have the lifestyle I want. It's, you know, it's about balance sometimes.
It is. I mean, I enjoy it. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to provide for my kids whatever they need, and or not necessarily want anymore because they're adults. So
there you go. If you want it, go get it.
Yeah, and my son bought his own house on his own.
Yeah, that's good for him.
And that, to me, that's my best success so far is raising him and
my
Max.
mom says the same thing.
Yeah.
She reminds me often, actually. So proud of you, Josh.
Yeah.
Joshua, sometimes if I'm in trouble.
Yeah. So Max is training to be a pilot, commercial pilot. So, you know, I've sent my kids on their way. So it's time for me to kind of, I mean, I always held back with my careers because of family. And now I've got this opportunity to, I mean, not push my husband aside or anything, but, you know, give a little bit more to my career. So I'm going to take care of the client from pretty much anything that they need. And
speaking of which, how do you set yourself apart from other realtors?
So white glove service.
Okay.
So for instance, knowing my client and who they are and how their minds work. If they're a chief financial officer, I'm creating a spreadsheet for them. I'm not just going to set them up on the automated, you know, emails.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm more of that kind of person.
Yeah. So,
I like to see it and feel it. I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah. You know, so just really knowing and understanding your client. I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to go that extra mile. And even after the sale. Yeah. I'm not just gone.
Yeah.
I'm still here for you. Whether it's, you know, finding that decorator, finding that contractor to come in and redo something, you know, the moving company. I have all these vendors that I'm, you know, associated with. So I have them right at my fingertips. The other day I saw an article from I Love the Berg. So I forward that on to my new clients, that just getting them excited about moving here and understanding, you know, what's going on here. And, you know, if they need a new friend, doctor recommendation. Well, I don't recommend doctors. I just say, this is who I hear is good, or this is my doctor. This is who I've used, because you don't want to get yourself in. Yeah.
Actually, I recommend my dentist all the time.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. My dentist is good too.
Yeah.
He's
better than mine.
Probably no.
I tell you said that.
Mine's a holistic doctor, so that's another. So it was interesting. I got a lead the other day, and the woman answered the phone. She goes, "You really don't want to talk to me." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "There's just a lot of things going on in her life. They're dealing with mold, toxic mold, and so they're going through some, you know, healing with special doctors." So she found my card at our dentist office. And so I understood exactly where she was coming from. So when I go look for homes for her, I'm going to be very careful about what we're going to go look at.
Sure.
Like, we're not going to go look at a 1925 house that hasn't been updated at all. And just feeling good about helping her in that regard, keeping those sensitivities. I mean, even she can't live near power lines.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So that's a pretty specific person, but you know, it's a large purchase. So I'm going to help her out, because I'm weird like that. I understand those kind of things. My husband gives me a hard time. So I try to go holistic before I go. Yeah. I'll do medicine. If I'm having a heart attack, give me all the medicine right away.
You know, I'm kind of the same way, really. A little thing, I was born in Indian Hospital in Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
Wow.
It was a little teepee at the time.
Wow.
And so when I was born, there was a medicine man that gave me a little pipe. No, I'm just kidding. I was born in Indian Hospital. And it was kind of crazy setup back then. So when I had medical things, I would put my name on a sheet, just go into the dentist or hospital or whatever, and be in line to get seen. We used to go to powwows, all kinds of stuff. It was
we have real hospitals here in St. Pete. Matter of fact,
I'm surprised to be here with you.
Yeah, there are two. One on, basically they bookend the city, and so they're great hospitals. they're right here at our fingertips. So far, the doctors I have found here to be great. I've used the dentist, I've used a holistic doctor, and then a dermatologist.
Yeah.
So those have been good. Oh, and an ophthalmologist as well. So 4 different doctors I've tried in the 2 years that we've lived here, and so far so good. I'm very happy with them. So
Good.
we have those resources for you. There's even people that help you find doctors for your medical needs. So
Yep.
you don't need to worry about those things when you come to a new city like this, because that's just a burden on you. So those are the kind of things I help with, and then, what else do you need? A recommendation for restaurants? I got you.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything I can provide. Or if and I don't have the answer, then I go searching for you.
Good.
Because
Yeah.
usually, people that I work with don't have the time to go
Yeah.
do all that.
I can help as well. I'm part of a BNI group, so we have a good group of people that we can refer people to and kind of point you in the right direction. So.
See, that's the great thing about this brokerage is we work together. Everybody helps one another, so we're never without some resources for our clients. So that's the cool thing. So
So back to business at hand. Right?
Well, it's all about business.
It is.
It's all. I mean, I don't want to go too long in these podcasts. People will turn us off. Like, they're getting boring.
Yeah.
So it is hot here already, but that's okay. I was freezing up in Michigan last weekend.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the heat. So let's talk about ways you stay cool. Because you stay around all summer, right?
I do. Yeah. I tell you what, if you really want to stay cool, go up to Wiki Wachi, Crystal River, all those areas. The water is like, I don't know, 50 degrees.
Is it like an hour and a half from here?
About an hour.
Oh, just an hour. Okay.
Yeah, just an hour. Actually, I have a friend that I'm helping buy a house right off the river, and he's going to have a little Airbnb out there. Too.
Nice,
yep.
Nice. So
he's from Kentucky, so he's going right back to the woods. He loves it. He fits right in.
That's funny.
Right on the river.
Specifically, if you're downtown, I don't like wearing sunscreen. I know that's bad. My dermatologist loves me for that, but I usually put on hats. Sometimes it's too hot to wear a hat. So like today I was walking around with an umbrella, lighter clothes. Like this is a really light, linen, some wick away clothes help keep you. And this is what my thing is. It's like, I don't want to look like a schlep when I walk into a restaurant. So, I have found really cute little skirts and sandals and comfortable sandals to walk around, and just stay hydrated is important as well. And then the beach is just, 15 minutes away. Get yourself a nice tent and hang out there. But we usually have a breeze downtown too.
People talk about heat down here, and I don't mind it that much. I'm from Oklahoma. We get 105 plus degrees there. And what we don't have that you do is beaches and water and all that stuff. So, I mean, and it really doesn't typically get over 95, 96, 97.
Right.
Nothing too crazy.
And if you don't want to get in your car, we have a golf cart taxi that's around town, Golf Cart Robert. And so you don't have to worry about parking, or you could just call an Uber if you just wanted to hop a few blocks over.
And you're surrounded by water.
Take
a dip.
Yeah. So once again, I'm Allana Pinkerton, the real realtor here on Selling St. Petersburg. You can find me on Instagram and LinkedIn. My website is allanapinkerton.com. And Joshua can be found.
Josh Naylor, thenailergroup.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Naylor Mortgage. I always send people to thenailergroup.com. That's the best place to get a lot of information and kind of get the ball rolling as far as gathering information, filling out an application, submitting your documentation securely through my portal.
Do that before you start looking for a home if you're going to finance your home, because that helps you with your home search, makes things easier. Some sellers are asking for proof of funds, and so have all that ready, or pre-approval, so it's all ready to go. So we appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, we will see you later. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.